Emmanuel Macron has suffered another blow to his hopes of re-election as Marine Le Pen gains ground. The French president has been tipped to win the April election and win a second term as leader amid competition from Ms. Le Pen, his closest front-runner. However, a poll suggested Mr. Macron has been losing support as the first round of voting draws near. While Mr. Macron remains the favorite in the event of a second round against Marine Le Pen, he has lost 4 points in 2 weeks. In the Opinionway, Kaya Partners Barometer for Les Echos and Radio Classique from Friday, Mr. Macron is credited with 55% of voting intentions in case of a second round against Ms. Le Pen. In 2 weeks, the gap between the two favorites has gone from 18 points to 10 points. The poll surveyed 500 people, representative of the French population registered on the electoral rolls. Opinionway, Kaya Partners poll said in the April 10 first round of voting, Mr. Macron is expected to win 28% of the vote. Meanwhile, Ms. Le Pen is on 20% of the vote, Jean-Luc Mélenchon is on 14%, and Valérie Pécresse is at 12%. In the second round voting for the presidential runoff, the pollsters say Mr. Macron wins by 10 points at 55% to Ms. Le Pen's 45%. From March 7 to March 11, the pollsters held that Mr. Macron was at 59% and Ms. Le Pen at 41%. It comes amid warnings of a low turnout for the 2022 French election, with a Dominique Régnier, head of the influential Fondapol think tank, citing the coronavirus pandemic and the Ukraine war as unpredictable factors at the ballot. He told foreign journalists, "This is not an election like any other and I cannot see in any way that the result is certain. We could say one thing today and tomorrow it could be different. We cannot be sure of anything." Mr. Régnier noted Mr. Macron had an advantage due to his role in Europe during Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but warned the flag factor could backfire if the economic consequences of the war hit French voters too hard. Mr. Régnier continued, "Of course, we cannot compare problems like the cost of living against the tragedy in Ukraine, but we have to take them into consideration. The French are shocked by Putin's aggression and are pro-Ukraine, but it's a difficult and evolving situation. Also, French voters don't think it's for them to pay for this war effort. In many countries, this would probably be considered a funny idea, but in France people often consider that it's not for them to make an effort but the state, without understanding that the state is the same as the French. I don't believe people will say, oh, too bad for the Ukrainians, but they could say it's for the state to pay for this." Ms. Le Pen has also suffered a setback to her hopes of beating Mr. Macron after she was heckled by protesters in Guadeloupe. BFM TV said on Sunday that protesters chanted "Out Le Pen" and "Racist Le Pen" at the candidate in a hotel where she was recording a television program. Mr. Macron condemned the protest on French TV channel France 3, and said, "I find it shocking, like everyone else, and I strongly condemn them." He added he denounced all forms of violence, verbal and physical, and said he will fight Mrs. Le Pen's ideas, but with respect.